All right, I'm fishing on the drawdown. You can see all the water's usually a couple feet above these stumps. But there's a ton of little fish. There's actually a ton of little fish right there. I know you guys can't see them, but I can, a bunch. So they're in this shallow water area because they're moving up out of this deeper water right here, because bass can hunt right here. In that little 2 inches of water, bass can't hunt. We can use this to draw a parallel to what's been going on online, some of the discussions I've been having. So if we look at across here, right, the water's been lowered down. It's pulled all of the fish down into different areas. It's crowding them together, right? That crowding's making the fishing easier for us because there's less places for the fish to go and hide and do their thing. Just like those fish sitting up on that shelf right there found a place to get away from the predators. So have all the rest of them. They're having a panic attack right now. All right. The parallel we can use here is, this is the same thing as if you choked a lake with plants. For example, hydrilla especially. Like, we know from our studies that plant cover at like 20-25% coverage is ideal for a lake. We also know, if we pay attention to the studies, that plant coverage over 70% is detrimental to the lake. So the plant coverage, as it begins to grow out from the bank, right, and choke out those areas, it's doing the exact same thing this is. It's making unfishable areas or unhuntable areas for largemouth bass. All the bait fish crowd up into the thick mat and hide, and the bass can't catch them. So the fishermen also are in the same position. The bass are on the outside edge of the weed mat trying to make a living. The fishermen are sitting right on top of them on the same weed edge because they can't go into the thick weeds, right? So it gives the fishermen the false perspective that fishing got better because they're catching more fish because of the plants. And I guess if you look at it from that way, maybe it did. But what they're not doing is collecting relative weight data and other data that shows the fish are losing weight as the plants get denser and denser and denser. And that's a problem that we have. We're getting a lot of blowback on aquatic weed control because there's not guys understanding that if you let the weeds go too far, you're going to kill the fishery entirely.